To get rid of those pesky ads, request stories, listen to unlisted and bonus episodes, and to chat with the gang, support us by clicking the description link.
I'm a fucking man with a penis. I am not getting a pedicure.
A lot of men with penises go get pedicures.
Yeah.
Last time I went, there was a big guy sitting next to me.
I bet you I know someone that you know
was
that
he
would.
hot? Was he a sloppy bear?
No.
That's the term, right?
I don't know. How do you know that?
John's on the forums. He's on Grindr.
Oh, that is so beautiful.
That's
Vicente.
pretty.
Point Vicente. Who is this? Who lives up here? Point Vicente.
That's in California, isn't it?
Or Canada.
No, it's in California.
Aha. No, it's in Mexico.
No, it's not. Jen, do you know what Mexico is?
Oh, I saw Tijuana, and then I didn't see where Tijuana was, but I saw the word Tijuana. I was like, Tijuana's in Mexico.
Who lives over here?
This is a little bit north of Los Angeles.
Look at this place, man.
Wow.
I'm starting this story tonight, February 23rd, 2011. This is the guy we're starting with. You want to describe him? His name is David Vaines, Viens. I'm probably going to say Vines a lot because I've been doing that in my head all day when I'm doing this. When I was doing this research, I kept saying Vines. But his name is David Vaines, Viens. Can you kind of describe him? He kind of looks...
He looks kind of like a college athlete, maybe, but older.
Like early 30s?
Yeah, like he used to maybe be a baseball player.
He does look like a baseball player, but
Is that Syracuse University hat?
Stanford, I think.
I don't know.
Oh, maybe. That would make more sense.
So somebody, I think it was
Yeah, 'cause
Natasha.
Syracuse is orange.
Oh, okay.
Stanford is red.
Let me know when I think it's Natasha said that she is familiar with this story. Anyway, February 23rd, and stick with me here because this is crazy as shit. February 23rd, 2011, David Vaines is driving with his relatively new girlfriend, Kathy Galvin.
Just think of veins. Like his name is spelled like veins, just the I is backwards.
When I think of, I can look down here.
You could.
Look at that big old veiny butthole. David Vaines is driving with his girlfriend, Kathy Galvin. There was some really disturbing news that he disclosed to her, which we're going to get to in a little bit. But they're driving in his car kind of erratically. He's emotional, an emotional mess. He told her this news. She breaks down in the car, in the passenger seat. She's crying, they're arguing, they're fighting, and that's reflecting in his driving ability. And this is in California.
Oh, on the coast, were they on the Pacific Coast Highway?
A patrol car spots him, pulls him over. However, David, in that state of emotional takes off. So now you have a police car chase here. This David is trying to outrun this cop car, and he pulls to a halt real quick by that lighthouse that I showed you. And the lighthouse is called the Point Vincent Lighthouse. And this is a description. The Point Vincent Lighthouse is a lighthouse in Rancho.
You're correct, Rancho.
I said Rancho like a fucking idiot.
You guys,
Rancho.
we need to go to Rancho Lewis. Have you been yet?
No.
I was over by Edmonds Oast last week, and they weren't open yet for the day, but they were cooking, and it smelled so good.
I bet it's amazing.
We should go next week.
The Point Vincent Lighthouse is a lighthouse in Rancho. Fucking titties. Rancho. Like the dressing.
Ranch.
Point Vincent Lighthouse is a lighthouse in Rancho Palos Verdes, California,
Good job. Proud of you.
United States.
America.
North of Los Angeles Harbor. It's 67 feet tall. There's a lighthouse and stands on a cliff with a height of 130 feet. It is between Point Loma Lighthouse, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, they arrive around there because they're running from a cop. Now, the helicopter does get involved, but I don't think at this time it had made it to the location.
Okay.
But what takes place next is pretty disturbing. As I said, David speeds away. The cops chasing him. The helicopter's on the way. He pulls the car to a grinding stop. Just
Oh, hate that.
both David and his girlfriend Kathy get out of the car, and they're still going at it. They're still arguing. She's bawling her eyes out. He's yelling. They're rumbling. She's trying to get him to calm down, and she's a mess herself. And they're really close to this lighthouse area. He pulls to a stop. They get out. They're arguing. She's crying. She's trying to console him. He's not having it. And all of a sudden, the cop gets there, pulls over, rushes out the car, pulls out his gun, freeze, get down, because there was just a high-speed chase.
Right.
The cop's all amped up. David starts pulling away from Kathy. The cop is just freaking the fuck out. And at this point, the cop actually takes action and rushes after David.
On foot.
On foot. The only problem is they're really close to that cliff.
Oh, no.
He takes a rush at David. David steps back and he says a few words, and I'm going to go over the exact quote from the police report. But basically, the cop's rushing at him. David gets a running start and he leaps off the cliff.
Oh, shit. I was not expecting that.
Nope.
Free falling. And I'm free.
And then somehow he's just suspended in midair.
And time stops. And then he's abducted by aliens.
Quote, Vanes again apologized to Galvin and said that no one was going to believe him and they were never going to be together after this. He also said to tell his mother and brother that he loved them very much. Vanes then jumped off the cliff. The exact height, as I said, the cliff was...
130 feet.
There you go, Jen.
I was paying attention.
But he jumped on a spot that was 100 feet. So it's 80 to 130 feet is the cliff face.
So it's like...
But he basically jumped
100
off
feet
a
in the air.
100-foot cliff. So let's talk about why he would do this. Why would someone jump off a fucking cliff like that?
He was guilty of something.
Wow,
He was depressed.
Running from something.
He felt that he did not want to live anymore. He felt that he was invincible and nothing could happen to him. Maybe he thought he would survive the jump and was running away from the cop.
What do you guys think so far? This guy jumped off a cliff. Nicole says he's guilty of what? We don't know yet. This was February 23rd, 2011. We're going back now 2 years to 2009, and we're going to talk about him and his wife. That's them right there. David and Dawn.
This is his... So was he divorced when he was in the car then? Like, didn't you say he was just new girlfriend?
I mean, yeah, but it's just a side piece, yo. I'm just kidding, man. No, his wife went missing.
Oh.
Before this happened?
That's terrible.
Well, just let me tell the damn story.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I was
God
confused.
damn, you're trying to get me in trouble.
Me? Trying to get you in trouble?
Yeah.
You can do that on your own without my help.
Go on, John.
It's okay, you drank all of it.
2009, October 18th, 2009, Dawn, 39 years old, his wife. Looking at this photo right here, what do you think? What do you think? They're happy?
I mean, it doesn't look like they're unhappy.
It looks like they, like, am I assessing this correctly that they got married pretty young?
I'm going to get to this, but he has 3 kids from his first marriage.
Okay.
So now I wouldn't say married young, but I mean, he's over 40 and she's 39 at this point.
Okay.
So, and he has 3 kids with a previous wife.
Okay, how long were they married for?
How long were who married for?
His first wife.
Was that the person, the first wife in the photo?
No. Oh, you guys
I'm
are
confused.
confusing
How
the
many
shit
wives
out of
are
me.
there?
And
It's
behind
just-
door number
oh my
one.
Who you're seeing right now is Dawn. Don't worry about the first wife. Dawn and David Vines.
She
Vanes.
is not his first wife.
Dawn and David Vanes. This is his second wife.
Okay.
Okay.
Do not worry about the first wife.
Okay.
Okay, but he has 3 children with his first wife.
Yeah.
He
But
still
we're not
looks-
worrying about the first
He
wife.
still looks awfully young in that photo, though, to have 3 kids and already be divorced.
He said that he was
You know?
40.
October 2009, Dawn Vanes, David's wife, goes missing.
Oh.
Together, they lived in a 2-bedroom apartment in Lomita.
Did the first wife have him in custody of the kids, or were they living in the 2-bedroom apartment with him and his second wife?
So at this time, the kids, from what I saw, were living with the first wife. However, the oldest daughter, Jacqueline, who comes up in the story later, was in South Carolina.
Oh.
I'm guessing in college. but-
USC or Clemson? I'm just asking.
There's other schools than those.
Well,
Anyway,
I mean,
in
yeah.
October 2009, David's wife, Dawn, goes missing. They lived in a 2-bedroom apartment in Lomita. They were together for 15 years. It was a typical marriage. They argued but made up. There was no physical violence that any witness has seen. And like I said, David had 3 kids prior to their marriage. In 2009, right before Dawn goes missing, the couple opens a cafe together, and one of our supporters has eaten at this place.
Oh.
It was open Tuesday through Saturday, and it was called Time Contemporary Cafe.
I like that.
And I believe it's a pizza joint now.
Oh.
So,
It had an A health department rating.
oh shit, I didn't even notice that.
Is that relevant?
I mean, I guess. Probably not to the story, but
Natasha says she's eaten there.
that's what he said.
So they opened this up, and I was looking at the Yelp reviews about this place, and it looks pretty good. And a lot of people loved this place when it first opened. Here's one right here from Evelyn. She posted this 2011. I really like thyme, and so does my family. Wait, what is thyme? Is a food, right?
It's an herb.
My friend took me to Time, and I came back 3 times after that. I really like lasagna, yada yada. She posts some of the food down there, and it looks pretty delicious.
Yeah, it looks.
Yeah,
it
I'm
looks
hungry.
like more than a cafe. It looks like a legit, like, professional restaurant. And I'm not saying that cafes are not professional restaurants. I'm just saying, like, when you think cafe, you think like coffee, croissants, like light fare. But that looks like a restaurant that had.
Some use that name. I don't know. So I don't know why, but
I don't know.
Some restaurants will use the word cafe.
That's just my take. When I think cafe, I don't necessarily think a like a full course meal.
All right, that's at 24427 Narbonne Avenue. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Dawn from what I found out. At the time, and this is a new restaurant, and there were money problems, but it's a new business. It's like podcasting. It takes more than 5 years to make a profit, right? Hopefully by year 7, we'll make some money. But the restaurant, they just started, and there was money problems already, just like any business starting. Dawn was getting agitated, and she started drinking a little bit more than she's used to.
Was she like dipping into the bar at the restaurant?
She may have been, but Dawn at the time was drinking about 18 beers a day.
Oh, damn.
She is the restaurant owner per se. She's the, one of the owners. So she's kind of in charge.
Right.
She started out great, but after the money problems and stuff like that, she would yell at the staff, or she would just blow up and yell at the staff. All right. At the time, Dawn is drinking 18 beers. She's yelling at the staff. She's miscalculating customer bills. And at a time when the restaurant just opens, that is not okay. Monday, October 19th. And as I said, she goes missing on the 18th of October, 2009. The jumping off the cliff happened in 2011. This is 2 years before.
Okay.
2009, October 18th is the last time anyone has talked to her. On the morning of Monday, October 19th, 2009, David, the husband, quote, looked tired and upset and told employees that Dawn would no longer be working there. He also appeared, quote, drenched in sweat. He seemed to be distraught and had a large bandage on his hand, end quote.
Interesting. Especially in October, it cools down a little bit in California, if I think correctly. I mean, it cools down here. It cools down everywhere in October.
Yeah.
Damn, that shit is so good.
The Disaronno.
You are going to regret this.
A business associate later of David's recalled him saying that his wife is a, quote, sloppy mess who was drinking all the time, contributing nothing to the restaurant. In fact, miscalculating bills, costing the restaurant money when it needed it the most. And also, in her drunken stupors inside the restaurant, would be an embarrassment to herself and the restaurant in general. The owner, the manager, the wife is drunk and serving customers, dropping plates.
Yeah, you can't do that when you own a business.
Quote, Vanes was reviewing the restaurant receipts as he talked and became angry when the receipts did not balance. He said, quote, that bitch is stealing from me and nobody steals from me.
Ooh.
And I will kill that bitch, end quote. That is what was testified against him.
That's not sounding good.
No. Does this have anything to do with the high-speed police chase, I'm wondering?
This is Dawn right here. Another photo of her.
Oh, she looks so nice.
And Natasha, have you ever? So I guess if you ate at that restaurant, then you've met David or Dawn. So if you want to kind of chime in live chat, that'd be kind of cool.
What would she have though? Were they always at the restaurant?
Oh yeah, I mean a restaurant like that just opening.
Just a small place. Yeah. Okay. Why are you making eye contact with me? And it's not even that you're making eye contact with me. It's like you're sustaining it. That's okay. It's fine.
Let's talk about David's new girlfriend. Dawn goes missing. The husband, David, never reported her missing, never told her parents. Her parents go to the police 3 weeks later, says, my daughter's missing. David told the police, go check the mountains, because the last time on the 18th of October when Dawn stormed out of here drunk and on prescription meds, she said she's done and she's going to live in the mountains. So you know what? Go check the mountains. I don't have time for this. I work over 100 hours a week.
I don't like that. I don't like that answer because the mountains are a dangerous place.
Yeah. From the Los Angeles Times, September 2012, soon after David Vanes asked his daughter to bag up some of Dawn's clothes and take them to a storage unit. She tossed other clothes into a dumpster at the restaurant. Jacqueline Vanes said she had help from Kathy Galvin, a waitress who soon moved in to David's apartment. So remember, Kathy is the girlfriend.
Right. She was a waitress at the restaurant.
Yeah, exactly. She was actually a part-time waitress there, a server, and right before Dawn goes missing, she started taking over her roles almost. Before I go any further, Kathy Galvin has nothing to do with the wife's disappearance at all. In fact, she was the first one to notice that Dawn's personal belongings were still at the home. And if you go back to the car ride in the cliff, David had told her some disturbing news, and that's why she was upset. So I just don't want... She has nothing to do with it.
Right.
She was kind of...
She just happened to be...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. Got it.
Because what she thought is that, maybe she did just...
But, like, Dawn just left him.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because she did see some problems, but it is kind of weird that after the wife leaves, only 2 weeks later, he begins that romantic relationship with his employee.
Yeah, that's a little quick.
Very quick.
That's when she noticed a bunch of her stuff, like cell phone, purse, personal belongings, makeup, stuff like that, still in the apartment. So it's like, how is she going to function without her, stuff?
Yeah.
Phone stuff, wallet.
Right.
Anyway, the husband, David, said that she just simply walked away from the cafe and said, I'm done with this. That is when the law enforcement started to take notice. All right. Now, Kathy Peterson is a good friend. She was also the interior designer. When the couple, David and Dawn, decided to open this restaurant, they immediately started to redesign the place to fit their needs. So it was going to be some reconstruction going on. They hired this Karen Peterson, and Karen became a good friend. Dawn's mother actually died in 2009. And since then, Dawn, the missing woman, and Karen have been very close to each other. In August of that year, after she goes missing, she recalls that Dawn at one point had, quote, red marks on her neck. And she asked Dawn why, like, what's going on? We're friends now, like, what's going on? Dawn started crying, breaking down, and said that he had been drinking, and he tried to choke her out.
I know you said that she had nothing to do with the murder, but like, if you're very close with someone and they just, even if it was the case that she just left and said nothing, like, I just think it's very strange that within 2 weeks you would be right up like with her husband.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I know like guys have a bro code, but like girls have a girl code too, kind of like, especially if Dawn divulged that he was abusive, even if he was drinking, like, especially in that manner. Like, I just think it's kind of strange. And I am not saying that she had anything to do with Dawn's disappearance, but it's just kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth that she like shacked up with him right away.
So soon.
Yeah. I thought about that too. It's kind of, however, there is a theory out there that if you're happily married and like your wife dies or whatever, then you're real quick to get remarried. Have you heard of that?
No, I haven't heard that, but I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about on Karen's end.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, I didn't go into her background, but she's probably young and dumb, honestly.
Well, I mean, you can be quote unquote young and dumb and not like shack up with your friend's husband 2 weeks after you go missing.
I know. I thought about that too, because
was something going on before she went missing between the two of them?
I didn't see anything.
Like, that would make much more sense to me.
But I did see that she was starting to take over the
roles at the restaurant.
Roles, well, yeah.
But like,
and
even
starting to get kind of groomed, I guess. But I mean, there wasn't a lot of time that she worked there because this restaurant just opened in 2009. And the wife disappeared soon after. The wife was getting irritated at the staff, so I was thinking, oh, she's going to yell at me. Well, I'm going to try to F her husband type of thing. I don't know if that's what she was thinking. She's innocent in all this. I just want to say,
but it's just kind of, if it's one thing if she's getting groomed and she feels special, if he's like putting responsibilities on her and like making her feel good. But even then, like if you're close with someone, I feel like as a female, like, okay, for example, if anything happened to you, Nicole, you best know 2 weeks later, John and I are not shacking up, because that's not,
unless something was going on with you before.
Right.
That's where the time where I think that makes sense.
I don't know, man. He was working 100 hours a week.
Yeah, so he's spending a lot of time with this person.
But his wife is there. She's just a terrible.
But sometimes it doesn't matter. I guess I see your point.
I can see like little
like
flirtations and stuff.
Yeah, like I think there was, something was going on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess like because I'm kind of naive in that, it's like I don't think I could do that to, like, if I was close with a friend, I don't think I could do that.
I would imagine maybe they weren't that close.
Yeah, but I don't know. I was just saying that because he said that they had gotten close. That's the only reason I brought that up.
No. Hold on a second. I know. I'm talking about Karen Peterson here. The interior designer was close to Dawn.
Oh.
Not the girlfriend. Kathy is the girlfriend's name.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you're
Sorry.
fine.
Okay.
I should have been more clear.
No. That's my fault because I thought you were talking about the girlfriend. Okay. Sorry.
No, Karen is the interior designer. She doesn't work at the restaurant.
Got it.
And she became close to Dawn after Dawn's mother passed. And so, I don't think the mother, Kathy is just a part-time server.
Okay.
She's there, just to do her job. I don't think the mother, maybe she noticed flirtations or whatever, but then again, she's drinking 18 beers a day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
a lot.
that is a lot, yeah.
Like, sometimes I check out at 2 and I'm like, I don't need any more, which is an improvement on this.
What days of the week is that?
It's okay.
Quote, Vanes was angry with her, and she was afraid that he was going to beat her up. Patterson could hear Vanes pounding on the door and yelling, but could not understand what he was saying. Patterson wanted to call the police, but Dawn asked her not to because Vanes could lose his restaurant. At this point, she's talking about Dawn called her on the phone, her best friend at this point, in the bathroom. She had locked herself in the bathroom. David's drunk, beating on the door, trying to choke or abuse her. She locks herself in the bathroom, calls her friend, and then Dawn is begging her not to call the police because, they couldn't lose the restaurant over this,
Yeah.
the publicity, the bad publicity.
Yeah.
Here's another photo of them. I don't know if you can see that, if they're happy or not. I don't know.
She looks like she's,
he kind of looks like he's pulling away, but I'm kind of like that too, man. I just don't. It's not that I'm pulling away. Like, it's just, I don't know.
We don't have photos together aside from our wedding, pretty much.
I have a couple of them, but
we sleep in separate beds.
Got it. But he just doesn't, he looks like he doesn't want to be in that picture. I hate to talk poorly about people who have been deceased, but she looks like she may have a few beverages in her.
Yeah.
Just by the way her eyes are.
See,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it just doesn't look, she's smiling, but it just kind of looks like, like I look half the time.
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense. One other, sorry.
No, you're good.
There was a couple other events right before the missing October that neighbors in the apartment heard loud yelling, objects being thrown, this, that, and the other. All right, so let's talk about the daughter. Jacqueline Vane said, quote, they seemed like they loved each other. The daughter said that Dawn was, quote, no saint. She'd wake up in the morning and drink all day long. Dawn was also prescribed lorazepam, hydrocodone, morphine, and Benadryl.
She was on a morphine prescription?
And that's what I thought.
Yeah, for
nothing.
pain.
For just being a housewife, I guess. I didn't see any medical problems with her in my research. It wasn't anywhere that I could see.
Maybe she knew a doctor.
There we go. Because hydrocodone, lorazepam, which I'm on lorazepam, hydrocodone, and morphine. Those are strong.
Those are very serious.
You very
drugs.
rarely see a morphine prescription.
That's what I'm saying. Like morphine. Goddamn. And she was
not
also
the 1920s.
She was also taking Ambien, but I didn't see that prescribed to her. But she was getting it somewhere because that was one of her things. She would drink a lot and take Ambien.
Oh, that's dangerous. dangerous.
It's dangerous because that can give you erratic moods. What I was looking up, even hallucinations and stuff like that. It could have very dangerous side effects.
So this lady was not in a good place.
No, she was not. The stepdaughter, Jacqueline, remembers multiple times. Now, she grew up with Dawn. Remember, they've been together 15 years, the new stepmother. So Jacqueline was only like 4 years old. She grew up with the stepmother, Dawn. She remembers on multiple occasions doing cocaine with Dawn. Now, she's testifying this stuff.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm not trying to talk bad about the decedent, but it's,
That's not exactly a mother-daughter activity that you would expect, but I mean, this is California.
So on October 9th, the father, David, asked his biological daughter, Jacqueline, to come back to the restaurant. She was living in South Carolina. He needed help because at this point, Dawn has just completely checked out or whatever. It's not until Jacqueline gets back that she notices that Dawn isn't even in the house anymore. And then the excuse was, oh, she went to the mountains, yada, yada, yada. David had said that she had stormed off after an argument. However, at this point, it's not being believed even by the law enforcement. The law enforcement's getting heavily involved. As you see here, they actually not only search the restaurant, but break into the foundation to find her body because they don't believe that she ran away.
I mean, I'm glad that they're taking serious steps because I was gonna say, like, if someone on those types of her prescriptions were in the house still, like if someone on that type of medicinal cocktail, like,
can't live without it,
right?
Natasha said that it is California and she was getting crazy drugs after giving birth to her daughter, including morphine.
Holy shit, really?
Wow.
Why would you get fucking morphine? Jesus Christ, that's what you get soldiers
you do
that
know
are
our
blown
P.O.
up
box
and
number, correct? No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke. That is a joke.
That is...
Well,
that's a lot.
That's what you give people when they're like in so much pain. They're dying.
Yeah.
All right, so we talked about the abuse. Obviously, you guys, come on. You guys know what happened, right?
He done killed her.
I'd like to phone a friend. Nicole?
I'm going to say he killed her.
Okay. Yes,
Regis. Did he throw her off that cliff?
Regis, I'd like to answer the question.
What?
My phone a friend says
she has been gone for 2 years, and then he jumped off a cliff. Oh,
did he go to join?
Okay,
did he like join her?
All right. So let me go back to the cliff. We're going back to the cliff, 2011. I'm going to wrap this story up. This is from the Daily Mail, if you can read this.
Police follow husband suspected of killing his wife 16 months ago to edge of 80-foot cliff and watch as he jumps off but survives.
Oh, that's what you call a cliffhanger.
That a title for this episode? That's a good one. Cliffhanger.
Lieutenant Dan Coleman of the L.A. County Sheriff said, quote,
Lieutenant Dan,
it's amazing that he survived. That was a pretty steep cliff, and he landed squarely on the rocks below. That fucking 100 feet in the goddamn air. He tried to kill himself. He left off to kill himself, and he fucking survived. Like,
or his
that's
legs.
karma.
That is karma. And the lieutenant's like, well, shit. That's a confession if I've ever seen one.
You ain't got no legs.
It's like, dude, all right. Well,
Natasha's like, keep going. You're building it up.
that was a pretty steep cliff, and he landed squarely on the rocks below.
Ouch.
We intend to talk to him in the hospital, Lieutenant Coleman said. He has carried a tremendous amount of guilt for some time. He will be arrested and charged with Dawn's murder. And they actually got a confession in the hospital. So it's crazy. The guy survived. Here he is right here in a fucking wheelchair.
Well, I would expect.
Literally broke every bone in his body.
I'm surprised he could sit up.
At that point, you're just like, dude, okay, yeah, well, I did it. Like, what do you want to know? Jacqueline actually asked him in 2009 about her stepmother's whereabouts. David said David drunk one night, they were in the car. He told Jacqueline the following, and this is from the Los Angeles Times, September 2012. Dawn Vanes had been needling him and he just wanted to sleep. Jacqueline Vanes recalled her father saying he tried barricading their bedroom door with a dresser to keep his wife out. When that didn't work, David Vanes tied her up and taped her mouth. According to his daughter, the next morning, Dawn Vanes was dead. Everyone, from the most part, we do buy that story, even though he's changed it a few times. We think, or the police do think that actually happened.
Like it was an accidental death?
It was an accidental death, yeah. Not accidental. He duct taped his wife's mouth.
Yeah, but I mean, like, he didn't intend to kill her. He was just...
Yeah. Dawn had, quote, choked on her own vomit, end quote. This is his exact words when he's confessing in the hospital. Because at that point, God has saved you to fucking rot in prison.
Yeah.
Just might as well go with it. Quote, I go in. I take the Ambien. I move the big burrow in front of the door. She gets in. She's just raising hell outside the door. She keeps saying something over and over. I tell her and keep telling her, either go spend the night somewhere else or I will go somewhere else. You're not staying here because I can tell I'm going to jail any minute for all this domestic violence. And up to this point, I haven't even seen her or laid a hand on her. So I lay back down and the Ambien kicks my ass. I get real lightheaded on these things. So I'm laying there, and the next thing I know, she's all over me, and she's got the light on my face, calling me all kinds of mean names and stuff. And I keep telling her. Well, remember, she's obviously
an alcoholic,
really drunk, and at this point, probably hitting him as well. You know, that's speculation, but
they were in a domestic dispute.
So I'm laying there, and the next thing I know, she's all over me, and she's got the light on my face, calling me all kinds of mean names and stuff. And I keep telling her the same thing. Just leave me alone. I just need to sleep. You remember, he's working 100 hours a week. I just need to sleep. Just let me sleep. And then I get up and I grab her right by the hand, both hands, and I bring her into the living room, and I go ahead and I force her on the floor, and I wrap her hands up real quick. I wrap her feet up real quick. I take a piece of clear duct tape, wrapping tape, and I put that over her mouth. And that was it. I said goodnight, end quote. That's what he said. The police looked in 4 different spots. The problem is they couldn't find the body. Well, you know, okay, all right. We do buy this story that you did this. But where's the body? We done tore up the restaurant. I mean, you saw him tearing up the concrete, the restaurant. Body's not there. Where is the body? Jacqueline Vanes had a suggestion. Quote, one time Jacqueline Vanes testified her father, this is a long time ago, her father had joked about how to get rid of the body by cooking it. He's a chef. Oh no. She said.
California chef slow cooks his wife for 4 days.
And our good friend Natasha actually ate there during that period. I'm just kidding. She didn't eat there during that period.
I just used my crock pot to make a roast. It turned out really good. But damn.
During the second interview in the hospital, Vanes said about disposing the body. After realizing Dawn was dead, I came up with the idea of cleaning the grease traps in the restaurant and commingling the excess proteins in those units. I placed Dawn's body in a large vat of boiling water and slowly cooked it for 4 days. I then mixed her remains with the grease and other debris from the restaurant and placed them in a large garbage bag inside the dumpster. What?
Natasha goes, oh God, no, I didn't know that though. I didn't know she went missing in 2009. Oh my God.
This is from our Discord right here.
Like that.
This is from
This
is from our Discord right here. This is from Tasha. If you want to read this.
Oh shit, I totally forgot about that. Oh my God. So I have a hometown case that's right outside.
Oh shit.
It's the Time Restaurant murder. The chef owner of Time Restaurant in Lamita, California, killed his wife and dismembered her and cooked her to dispose of her in the kitchen of the restaurant. He got caught, eluded police for a bit, and jumped off the cliffs of Palos Verdes, but fucking survived.
And then Lauren said,
I ate there before the murder. Oh boy. Oh.
All right, you need to go and check your bank receipts and see when you ate there. If you ate there during those, because
he killed her in 2009.
Yeah, but he was
when she
cooking
was
her
missing
body
for 2
the whole
years.
time.
Wolfie says Natasha's going to need therapy after this.
So maybe think twice before you have John cover a hometown murder for you all.
Damn, like he cooked his wife
and served it to people?
No, I didn't say that. He said he didn't serve it, but he's using the same pottery to freaking cook his wife.
Well, that's better. That's better. That's better, Natasha.
I mean, at that point, I would just serve it. I would, dude.
Oh my God.
If you
want to call it a special of the day?
If you go big.
Oh,
Oh,
Dude, if
no.
you're gonna go big or go home, man. If you're gonna do it anyway, because
I mean, it works. He's a chef.
Yeah, but you cook it for 4 fucking days.
It's gonna be tender as
Come
fuck.
on, man. 4 fucking days? Come on, yo. That's
You're
a
gonna
lot.
close the restaurant for 4 days?
That's too much. That's like passion right there. That's like East Bay Deli, what we just ordered right there.
No, we ordered McAllister's.
But Natasha. So he did claim that the skull he kept in his mother's attic, he was gonna. I do think he did love Dawn, and I honestly don't think he was just doing this to get this new girlfriend. I do think it went too far. I do think he taped his mouth shut, and I do think he felt guilty.
Can I just say something?
And he tried to kill himself. Yeah, but this is one of the headlines here. Cops crockpot wife killer.
If you are ever in a case that you accidentally kill someone, please, for the love of God, just call the police.
No, fuck that. You gotta hide that shit.
You will do better if you just call the police and say, I fucked up. I did not mean to do this. Now, if you're intentionally killing someone, I mean, like, I hope you're not intentionally killing someone. That's different. But if it's an accident, you need to report it as soon as possible.
I've been thinking about writing a short book. Basically, the premise is I've covered 400 true crime episodes. This is how to kill your spouse.
I don't like that.
I know, but it would sell a lot.
On the black market.
No, but think about it.
No, it
Because
would probably sell really well.
I can
agree.
do different, like, I pretty much can tell how to get away with this shit. Like,
Yeah.
we've done so many of these fucking cases.
True.
Literally. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think you should be instructing people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to write a manual, write a cookbook like your wife did.
Okay, I can do a cookbook too.
Oh, no, I retract that statement. I retract that statement.
Done.
All right. Well, that's all I got, man. So I guess that's it. So if you guys like this, Talk Movie Podcast, I'm sitting here with Jen and Nicole. We release episodes every Tuesday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We live stream every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And be sure to follow our sister podcast, Among the Dirt and Trees. And I'll put that in the description link below. And that's all I have. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Be sure to subscribe to this if you're not already. And until next time, good night, you lovely, lovely people.